Hello, everybody. Last night I watched the third episode of Amazon's The Rings of Power, so I'll be giving out my opinions on the show. Do keep in mind that I am considered a normie. I haven't read the books, so I don't really know the Easter eggs and all that within the show. So, after the first two episodes, I was very, how could I say this, confused, not really knowing where the show is going, what the goals are. There's like different sub stories, and I don't understand all the differences between the races and all that. But, anyways, so let's get into it. So, the show starts off with the previously seen on the show, which is okay because, as confusing as it was, hopefully they'll show us the important bits that I need to remember from those two first shows. So there was this meteor man or hobo or whatever you want to call him that arrived from the sky. And we don't really get into his story too much until the end of the episode. So, anyways, let's get off. Uh, Continue with the show. So this elf that we last seen got captured. So now we do know that he was captured by the orcs and he's brought through this pit where everybody's digging and he meets up with the rest of his brigade. So I'm guessing they also got captured somehow. It's not something that they showed us in the show. They just showed us that everybody here is in this pit digging for some reason. The reason I'm guessing they're digging these holes so that the orcs could get around. Apparently, the orcs here they are allergic to sunlight, so I don't know if that's in the books or not. It's not really explained why. I'm guessing these are vampire orcs. They don't really like the sunlight, so they are having people dig while they stay in the shade. At some point, they're asking this orc, not this orc, these elves, to cut down this tree. And apparently, it's a big thing. And at some point, he does decide to cut it down. And I was expecting the tree to come alive. Like in the movies that I saw 20 years ago. I thought, as he was going to take his axe, the tree would come alive. But no, it does not happen. So, anyways, the prisoners they decide to break their chains, at which point the orcs release this hound after him, which is a scene that a lot of people complain about the CGI here. I will complain that they release the hounds, but the hounds still have their leashes on them. You can see he's tied down with a chain, but as they're letting him loose, this chain or this leash is still on the hound. I mean, you can just imagine what's gonna happen next is that the elves are gonna tie down the hound with using the leash. So, I mean, I don't really. It's it's subpar for whatever action. But anyways, their escape is ends up being a failure. His boss in here gets captured or gets killed by arrows trying to escape. So yeah, the escape plan does not work out as intended. So basically, that's his story arc during the show. Next, oh, at the end, they bring him to this character that you can't really see who it is. The episode is has the title of Adar, and this is supposed to be Adar, except it's out of focus. We don't really know. We don't know what the actor looks like or what Adar looks like, which is I don't know why they do this. You can go to a website and figure out the cast group and figure out who's playing this character. But for some reason, the episode is titled Adar, and they don't show him. The little bit that we do see of him is this. So I was expecting a lot more about this evil person, but I guess that's going to be in another episode. So on with the rest of the episode. Then we have this princess who was shipwrecked with this guy. They were rescued. They're rescued by other humans. They decide, they were sailing towards, I think it's called Luminor, or something like that, which is a beautiful place. But if you ask me, the boat barely fits in here. And I don't know if you've ever been on a ship. It kind of rocks. So getting them straight through this arch here would be like really hard thing to do. But it's a beautiful place. I mean, you can see that the budget for this show went into this. Unfortunately, the writing, not so much. I mean, it's a 5 to 8 year old vocabulary in this show is basically it. So anyways, they bring him to the queen. They want to go back to wherever she wants to go. She was crossing the ocean to get somewhere, and she wants to, for these people to give her a ship to go, and the queen's like, no. For some reason, elves are not welcome here, or haven't been welcome here in quite a few centuries or millenniums. I don't know. I don't know why. Apparently there was an argument, I'm guessing. But anyways, so while they're there, this guy who saved them on the ship is like, well, I happen to have this library in my village, so we can go there and you can research whatever you want to do with whatever the quest is. So they go to the library, which is, it looks spectacular. I mean, I really like this decor. And they finally figure out what the symbol that they found in the first episode corresponds to on the map. So now they have a location on the map. That's why they're going to this library. This is what they figure out. Meanwhile, the other guy, for some reason, he wants to become an armorsmith and build armors or weapons or something. I'm guessing he's trying to get himself a weapon. I don't know why he doesn't just steal a weapon, but he wants to build stuff. And this guy tells him, well, you can't really build anything until you have this medallion that he's wearing on his shoulder. You need to have that to be able to build armors in this particular city. And so the guy tries to steal a medallion, gets caught, gets sent to jail. Like, if you wanted a sword, just steal a sword. You don't have to go through the building of the sword process. I don't really understand why he wants to do this or why he would take a chance. But anyways, he ends up in jail and she comes back from the library. And I don't know where this comes out of. I mean, it's literally out of her rear. She says, yeah, well, in the library, I also found the symbol that you've been carrying on your pouch. And you're some sort of the lost king of a lost people or something. So, I mean, if he's a lost king, why does he want to build weapons? I don't understand what's going on here, why all of this stuff. And while they were at the library, never did they talk about this. But now all of a sudden, she just pulls out this piece of paper saying, instead of saying, hey, we found what the symbol was for and I got to go there and explaining her quest, she pulls out this saying that she knows what the symbol is and it's a lost king or something. I mean, I've been watching this show, not really, like I said, I haven't read the books. I don't know why this is important. And all of a sudden we discover that he's a lost king. I mean, that's important. Then we get to their story, the Harfoots, which I don't know where this is going either. We have this guy that fell from the sky who wants to find out a certain constellation in the stars. She's trying to help him accomplish that for some reason. For another reason, all of these tiny Harfoot vertically challenged people need to move somewhere. I think they're hiding from humans. I don't know why. They haven't explained it yet, why they're so fearful of everybody in this world. I mean, I can understand why you're afraid of orcs, but why are you afraid of elves or humans? They haven't explained it to me yet. So anyways, their village has this culture of they sing this song which nobody walks the path alone. And if you get left behind, we will wait for you, except that he specifies that we will wait for you in the afterlife. If you get left behind in the real world, you will be left behind. So they're trying to carry their cart, and as if you remember in the last episode, the father hurt his foot, so he can't really bring it along with them. So the hobo person, Meteor Man, or whatever you want to call him, he decides to help him out. And he says his first word so far, and it's friend. So I'm guessing as a friend, he will carry the cart for these people to be able to rejoin their people. So basically, that was the episode. I'm still very confused about a lot of things. A lot of things are not really explained yet. I mean, I'm 3 episodes in and I still don't know where this is going, so I will keep watching it. I don't find it all that great. I'm actually looking forwards to House of Dragons this weekend. So that was it for it today. Please like and subscribe for some more updates. Catch you laters.